Good evening. Welcome to Derail Valley with Digger. I'm Digger. You wouldn't believe what it took to get here. Like standing on things like this. Now, I had to trek. I started up here at the machine factory, and I manually trekked across the map down to the Oil Well Central because I knew there was a couple jobs as I passed through the last haul. There was two good paying jobs going into the harbor of crude oil. And so I'm going to need an engine. So I guess my first trip was with an engine. I brought an engine over here. And then when I went into the office and looked, there was only one job that paid 47,000 and change. It wasn't worth it. I didn't need two engines for it or anything. And so I reloaded the backup save. And then I manually trekked over here. Anyway, to make a long story short, I've got an engine here. I brought this one from the machine factory, and I got one down the track there at the farm I'm going to have to go get, because this time they took the one away that's normally sitting over there, and they put a shunter in its place. Yeah, see what they do to me. Well, I'm going to go on up the road. Let's see. I got two jobs. I guess I ought to. Going to the harbor. I'm not going to haul them, Todd. I'm just going to hook them, as the title says. Hooking them up. 630 tons of crude oil and 405 tons of crude oil. So we got 935 tons of crude oil going to the harbor. That ought to be a leaky proposition, and it might just blow. If it starts leaking, it'll blow. Okay, we're going to be hooking them in this order too, I believe. Let's see. It goes to C2I. Yeah, I want that hook last. B10 and B30 start. Let's see, which one is that? There's four. So you'd be three. That's five. Four. Here we go. We got three here. And what was the other one? One, right? So it'd be this one over here. I think it's this line. I don't know this yard as good as the harbor. That'll be the last hook. Ah, that engine's facing the opposite way, but that's okay. You know, I think the other one's facing the right way up at the farm. The 3.0. So these two here. Well, let's go ahead and hook one. I'm a little scatterbrained tonight, as I am every night. Some nights are worse than others. Ooh. I don't know whatever possessed me to go like a maniac right off the bat. So these two jobs will be about 90,000 combined. It's worth it. But I'm thinking the jobs that used to be here were a little bit more than that. Okay. Have you got a snoot full of air yet? They're getting there. When I get these two coupled together, then I'll go get the other engine. I got a late start. That's why. See, the horn's not even working tonight. I give up on it. I keep saying I'm not going to toot it again, and then I do, and then it don't work. Well, I'm excited about my other game. I got things going on in there. I was so excited. I actually played it earlier today. I usually don't fire this thing up until evening, but I did today. And learned some things and I even caught a live rabbit finally. Finally. There's one thing that I'm worried about in it though that I can't get to work right. But I'm hoping since I closed out and rebooted the computer, maybe it'll work when I go back in this evening. I hope. I guess I could go up there and get that engine while I'm waiting for the air to build. Why not? Let's just hop on up here and get this thing, unless they've despawned it. Some of the things they do in this game just don't make me happy. And yes, we're pointing the right direction. Where's my door? We got, look at the old bright yellow corn, and then we got some dull yellow wheat sitting there quite a bit. Huh. No, I'm not going to honk it. That ought to do it. I got to go forward first, I do believe. No, I was up far enough, I do believe. Make sure we're paired to this one. And we're coasting. That's unusual. This is flat territory. That's real unusual. I think I'm going to have to rearrange a fan or two in this room I'm in because when I turn my fans on, my air conditioner will not shut off. So I thought I'd try it without the ceiling fan tonight, and it feels like it's still on. So I'm going to have to check that here in a little bit. I'm going to do some rearranging. That happened to me last year, and I couldn't hear, but the compressor was chattering like crazy. I'm surprised it didn't ruin it. It had gotten low on Freon. And that's an all familiar sound, that chattering valves when you're low on Freon. Tried to convince that to the guy that repairs them. I finally did when he put his gauges on it. You're low on Freon. Well, yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. He wouldn't believe me. Yeah. And I've worked with this guy before, so. Oh, come on. There you go. Okay, we're ready. Okay, well, I'm just too excited to get into my other game tonight. I'll pick this up maybe tomorrow evening. We'll see. Anyway, you all have a good evening. Well, let me go ahead and kill them first. Good job, boy. Good job. Good job, boy. Okay, now you all have a good evening. Digger be out. I'm going to be on in the forest, but I think I'm going to my Facebook page. So I've got to broadcast for them a little bit. Good evening. Stay frosty.